The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Kiss and Makeup. Do you own a makeup palette where maybe a couple of colors are heavily used and some are never touched at all? Studio 512's makeup guru, Karen Helton of Kiss and Makeup, is here to talk to us about all of the colors available to us and maybe help you save some money in the process. We love her for this. Karen, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on as always.
Of course. So first, the question that I wanted to ask you is, what's the problem that you see when people come into you and they say, here's my makeup bag, show me how to use what I've got inside of here, and you open up their makeup palettes?
So now I'm seeing more and more palettes. There was a trend for a little while towards eyeshadow sticks, made it real easy, but palettes are definitely coming back. They're easy to travel with, and I think people have this assumption they're going to take this with them and use all the colors. And what they do is they take one or two colors. And my goal is to kind of go over things, and hopefully you'll use all of the colors, if not at least a majority of them, right?
Yeah. Get your money's worth out of paying for that number of eyeshadows all together in one.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the first tip that you've got for us is to find your foundation shadows. And we're not talking foundation as in skin foundation, right?
No, we're not. So this could act as an eye primer, although I love Senna's eye primer. It's my favorite. I try a lot of things, but I always come back to that Senna eye primer. But if you don't have that, your foundation is going to be the light shadow. Goes from lash line, brow bone, all the way across. You want it to feel super silky. It's going to make it easier for you to blend, for it not to crease, and for it to stay on. So a foundation shadow would be something very light, like this one. Or if we go here, these are...
This is what I call them in my makeup palette is egg wash.
That's exactly. A lot of them are that color.
Kind of that like light ivory or cream color.
It just works to neutralize your eye. It helps the shadow go on better. And you could just use a liner with that.
Absolutely.
Want it quick and easy. But then we have our midtones. And that's where you get,
this
some
is where
contrast.
It's kind of tricky.
Yeah. So on a midtone, this would be something like midtones.
Okay.
See these here? These are midtones.
Even
right?
though I'm seeing matte and shimmer at the same time,
right,
still
right.
both considered midtones.
Right. And on your midtones, these shadows like that, you can put them in the crease. It's going to add contrast. You can do kind of like the sideways check mark. It kind of goes like this. Or you can take it all the way across your eye, the eyelid, and use that. Depends on your eye shape.
Yeah.
You can also use those midtones to create a really soft ledge under your eye to pop the eye, right?
That's clever.
Right, so we can do that, and then you get into your dark tones. So your dark tones are like this.
Eggplant I see here.
Love that. There's an espresso brown. There's some over there, right? Any of these tones like that.
The ones that might scare you if you're kind of an eyeshadow newbie are probably the dark tones.
So what you could do is start that as a liner, and then you can move it into the outer fourth of your eye, and add some more drama. Adds a little bit more of a dramatic. Or if you're really bold, just go all the way across the eye, and it'll make a really dramatic eye too. And last but not least is the pop or the wash. So the pop or the wash are these shimmery colors that you can use kind of all over the lid. You can add it as a pop right on the top of your eyelid, just with your finger like that, or you can do it as a wash of color. Really pretty to open up the eye.
Yeah, you, when you were teaching me how to do my makeup, because people ask a lot, no, we do not get our makeup done here at KXAN and CW Austin, but Karen has taught us all how to use the makeup that we own to do our makeup the best way possible. And so I always think about it, you said put it right over, like when you close your eye, where your eyeball is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Another good tip is, now you could do this with a single shadow. You could hold up a single shadow like this and check it with your eye color because you want it to enhance your eye color, not fight it. And we all have a secondary color right next to our pupil. So you could try to match the secondary color next to your pupil and make sure that whatever your eye color is, that it complements it. Not that you hold the palette up and then you're fighting, like, which do I look at? Do I look at the eyeshadow or do I look at that, that?
And we've stuck a color wheel up here because, for example, I actually, because I have, some green in my eyes, I go through red and purple, pinky stuff, and it makes my eyes look greener.
Absolutely, because you're doing complementary colors. So it's fun to look at a color wheel. It's super important as a makeup artist or any type of artist to know your color wheel. Know your primary colors, your secondary colors, know what monochromatic is, and play with that wheel. But above and beyond that, it's fun just to play with the products. So
it is fun.
Right. I thought, if you want to take a color, you see this, right? I'm just going to go into this one. Because people go, oh my gosh, that looks so scary, right?
Sure.
And I'm going to take it across my wrist.
Wow, that's a beautiful color.
Look.
Yeah. Oh, how fun is that?
Right? This is my best bridal palette. It's a Pat McGrath. I've got a lot of different palettes up here, right?
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can also go, let's see what's something, let's do, I don't know, I'm going to go into this pink one right here.
Yeah.
Right?
And just trying it out on your skin tone.
Right. And you see, it really isn't that big,
just,
right?
Yeah, so you see how much opacity you've got, how transparent the color is, that sort of thing.
And you see these charts. I mean, we are so fortunate that cosmetic companies now give videos. They will match the color and show you how to use it on Instagram and everything. And 9 times out of 10, if you're on a site looking at colors and palettes, they're going to have hands up like this, different tonalities of skin with the colors.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to test it and not be scared. But whatever you do, you want to have fun.
Yeah, I think that's actually your last tip, isn't it? Just have fun.
Have fun. You can build on it. If it doesn't look quite right, go lightly and you can add more if you love it. If not, take it off or put another color over it. Just have fun. Don't be scared of it.
I love hearing that from someone who really knows her stuff. Karen, thank you as always. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Learn more about Karen's brow expertise, something we didn't even touch on today, but she is the best, and all the services she offers by going to kissandmakeup.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Kiss and Makeup.